Hi there, this is Anne. We had a Zoom call last Sunday and the topic was Ask Me Anything. The call lasted about an hour. I decided to remake the video so I can give better answer to every single questions because during the call there were some unnecessary things being recorded, like when I had difficulties with the drawing tool as I barely use Zoom app. I'm not a really tech savvy guys, though my mom thinks I'm a nerd and a computer wizard. Well, actually I'm not. Well, I want to make sure she always think that way though, so let's hope she doesn't find out about this video. Alright, let's get started. Here's the first question. Regarding the impulse candles that break off structure, do you choose candles that have been mitigated or clean impulse candles with no mitigation? To be honest, these are not a part of my trading rules because my trading rules is very simple. I just wait for a clear swing high, swing low that break off structure and then mark my order block. I understand there have been a lot of discussion in the forum regarding candles mitigation and also imbalance because both of them are related. So in this video, I'm going to show it to you what is market imbalance and also candles mitigation. Basically, imbalance is a gap. A lot of traders, especially stock traders, they believe that whenever there is a gap in the market, the price usually fill in that gap. But when it comes to the market, we know that there is no such thing absolutely sure that whenever there is a gap, that the price will always fill in that gap. It's not always that case. So what is the imbalance look like? I'm going to show it to you what it looks like. Just focus on the 3 candle. 1, 2, 3, regardless the color, okay, bearish or bullish candle. And then you forget number 2 and take a look between the wick to wick. Now, if I draw this, imagine there is no this candle. You see that? Even though this is a drawing, but you can imagine in the market can happen like this. There is a gap if there is no this candle. So this is called market imbalance. So many traders believe if there is market imbalance and especially around the order block, the market can come back to fill in this gap and then hit our order block and then go our way. This may work or may not work. To be honest, I'm not using that as a part of my trading rule. Again, I just use swing high, swing low, break off structure, and then marking my order block. But you may want to use imbalance, it's up to you. I personally do not put it as a part of my trading rules. Some people believe if this wick has touched or has filled in the gap, like let's say there is a break of structure and the next candle filled in the gap and going down, meaning this is not clean order block anymore. So in this case, they are not going to take this as an order block. But as you may see here, I already prepared it, an example here. Let me make this bigger. Look, 1, 2, 3. Imagine this candle is not there. You see that there is a gap between these 2 candles, 1 and 2 candle. Here is the gap. And then there is a break of structure here. Ideally, a good order block is touched right away by the next or a few candles filled in this gap and then going our way, take our order block. Some people think that this order block has been touched, meaning it doesn't work or we can let it go. Actually, no. This is one of the order block that I used 2 times. About a couple weeks ago, I had this as my order block. Swing high, swing low, break off structure, and directly working. This was nice. But then take a look, after a few days, an order block that has been mitigated or a gap that has been filled by the price is touched again several times here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. And then it go massive. That's the reason why I do not follow certain rules that if the price has been mitigated, so I forget about it. No, I just look, an order block is an order block. It can work just one time. It can be touched several times. It cannot be touched at all. You see like the gap, it can't be filled at all. It just depends on the market. I just look at how the market react to every single order block. Alright, now the second question. Is order block similar to support and resistance or supply and demand or some different? When we talk about support and resistance or supply and demand, we talk about zone. So the same as order block, we call it zone or point of interest. When we talk about support resistance, we are not talking about one line like this. This is resistance or this is support, for example. Support and resistance basically a zone. maybe I will say this is resistance zone. You see how can it be very subjective when it comes to support and resistance? It's the same just like swing high, swing low. You can say, no, and this is resistance zone. Some people probably say, no, I think this is resistance. The zone can be very subjective. It's the same to supply and demand. But when it comes to order block, the zone is very specific. Let's see this one. This is swing high, this is swing low. Since the price breaks below or the swing low over here with this candle, so our order block is the last bullish candle before the breakout happened. This is very specific. This one is very objective rule. Order block is more specific than support and resistance zone. Okay, now here's the next question. Which session is good to trade, Asian, London, or New York? To me, I like London best because of the movement during London Open usually really fast. There is a lot of volatility during London and New York. I understand a lot of my traders' friends, they live in the US and they find it difficult to trade London because London time for them is midnight. So they probably can just catch New York. But New York also still quite active. But me personally, I loved it London. If I cannot catch London, I still can do on New York. So now let's go to the next question. I heard some people say no go trade Mondays or Fridays because they are tricky or trap days. Is this also true with this order block strategy, or is it okay to trade order block on Mondays and Fridays? I do not think that Mondays or Friday as a tricky or trap days. It could be, but I personally think Monday and Friday is just another trading day. So I do not limit myself to trade only very specific day or avoid a specific days. I avoid to enter a trade during high impact news. But as for days, I just do it the same as any other days. As you can see that if you are getting my order block alerts, you must be getting a lot of alert this last Monday. And many of them are working, so why wouldn't you take it? Sometimes you will get a lot of order blocks during Friday, and also why don't you take it if it looks good? So anyway, just for me personally, I just take it the same days, but maybe some people see it different way. It's up to them. All right, let's continue to the next question. Sometimes you send us order block that is from the past. Can I still trade it? Yes, absolutely. Let me give you an example. Here, Aussie dollar on H4 is a downtrend, okay? And there is a very clear order block here that has not been touched yet. This is a swing high, swing low, and this is break of structure. My order block is the last bullish candle before the breakout happened. Now, if you see the market is already going down and just saying goodbye to this order block, but maybe someday the price can come back up to pick up this order block. So in this case, if the market getting close to this order block, I could send you the alert for this and it is okay for you to take it. You can snipe it or take a direct entry by 50%. The next question, how long do you normally trade on H4 valid order block alerts from you? To be fair, every order block coming from me will always be valid, but how the price react around the order block is out of our hands. So now regarding how long do I normally trade an order block from H4, it usually lasts about few days to 1 week. Let's just see an example here. Let's say this is your order block. You hit the stop loss and you re-enter again. Let's say you take 50% of the order block, okay? The first attempt, you hit the stop loss and then you re-enter again at the same level entry here. So let's say you hit 1 to 10. This from here, yeah, it's about 5 days, I think. That's what usually H4 take if you take direct entry like that. And this is just a side tips from me. If you want to take direct entry, try to always take 50% of the order block. For example, you receive this order block from me and then you do not have time to snipe, so you just can put an entry on 50% of the order block. To me, is almost the same like you snipe. And if in case it hit the stop loss, if you believe that the market is truly going down, you just put again at the same level, the same stop loss, and you re-enter again. Many times it will work right away. Sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes it hits stop loss 1 to 3 times. Sometimes it doesn't touch your 50%. That can happen, but if you keep doing the same thing again and again, and especially if you always aim like 1 to 10, your account should be positive. So now let's see the next question. When you look to the daily for bias, are you looking at the current candle on the daily or the overall market? I usually look at the overall market. Now the next question. So if the daily bias is bearish and the order block alert from you is bullish, we should not go through with that trade. Well, few days ago, I sent you this alert, and whenever you receive an alert from me with exclamation like this, meaning it is a counter trend, and I usually put another order block at the top with 2 price tag here. Not price tag, sorry, is a price level over here. I put it red and green. Ideally, you take profit over here, so it's like ping pong. Now, when we take a look, this one was Ethereum. Yeah, this one is a crypto. I don't know who take it, but let me show it to you. The market was bearish, and I'm talking about H1, but also on D1 must be bearish around this area. Take a look, it's bearish. Now, the way I see it, the market has been really exhausted going down and make a new high by breaking of structure. What I usually do, take a look. It still gives you 1 to 5. As long as it still gives you opportunity to get 1 to 5, you still can trade it if you want. If you do not want or you feel uncomfortable with the counter trend, I will always put exclamation like this, alright? So you just can skip it. But in this instant, I want to show it to you. Sometimes a counter trend become a reversal that finally become an uptrend like this. Well, I didn't trade this pair because I don't trade cryptocurrency, but I want to show it to you, okay? In case you snipe this one, when the price first touch, you do not have to wait the price to create a new break of structure. Sometimes you can look left. Now, if you take a look, here there is a swing high, swing low over here. Let me make this different color so you understand this is H1 order block and it is a counter trend. And you just directly look left. You do not have to wait a new break of structure because sometimes it works, sometimes it's not. Well, it's the same. Sometimes when you look left, sometimes you do not find a good order block that has not been touched yet. In this case, this one. Take a look. This is swing high, swing low, break structure, and here is the order block. Let's say you put order block here. Now, the price touched this one, you got the alert. And then when you look left, there is an order block here. You can place a pending order on this order block, and in this instant, it is directly working. Now take a look. It's only 5 pips, 4 pips. Look at that. It's already almost 1 to 50. When you see an order block with exclamation mark like this, yes, you still can take it if you feel comfortable, because sometimes it also can work nicely like this. You just measure from the counter trend to at least to the next order block. If it gives you 1 to 5 for direct entry like this, or 50% of the OB, for example, if it still gives you at least 1 to 5, it's still a good order block to take. So here's the next question. So basically, the trading plan is if 4 or 1 hour market structure breaks, then it's go time. Once price goes back to the order block, then we go to minutes chart or 5-minute chart and wait for the price to do the same thing, break of structure and order block or point of interest, and enter the microstructure for optimal profits. The answer is yes or no. Like I said, when people ask about my alert, when they get alert from me, what do they do? Not all people have the time. Sometimes they are very busy to work. If you can snipe, yes, it's very good. It's even better because the risk reward can always higher than 1 to 10. But if you do not have time, you can place pending order but on 50% of the candle. For example, if you get this order block from me, this is a clear order block. I should have sent this one before. Here, swing high, swing low, break of structure. This is the order block. I'm talking about this H4. Well, it doesn't matter the time frame, H1 or H4, right? So the moment the price touch my order block, you will get the alert from me with the screenshot. What you can do, you can put a pending order here. If you're using the same tool like me, you can do it like really fast. You just click pending sell and put the stop loss here and put your entry here, and then you send order. That's it. So it's ready without you have to put new order and then pending order, and then you have to decide is it sell limit or sell stop. Sometimes it's confusing, especially for those who are new. But with this tool, the tool will decide either it is sell limit or buy stop. We do not have to think because the tool will decide. Now in this case, you already have pending order here, right? And then it hit a stop loss. So what I usually do if it hit a stop loss, I just place pending sell again at the same level. So it's come back and then it worked. Now take a look, even the direct entry still can give you at least 1 to 9 if you are aiming the last low. Because I always said if you want to take profit of any trade, always look left. If it is for sale, look for the last low. In this instant, this is your first target. If it is buy, look left, look at the last high. If you hit a stop loss 1 time, 2 time, but you still have a chance to make 1 to 9 or 1 to 10, why not? I don't mind. So let's go to the next question. This is the last one. Do you also trade futures market like ES, Nasdaq, YM? Well, let me show it to you. Here, I create the order blocks alert, and I focus on forex major pairs and then forex minor pairs, and future indices are just this one for the time being, and also include metal, energy, and crypto. You do not need to trade a lot of it. Our order block alerts as additional opportunities for you in case, like, let's say you just focus on euro dollar only, but then euro dollar could be in a sideways market, and then you get another pairs from minor pairs, for example GJ, and it looks good, so why not? This gives you another opportunities to look for in case that your favorite pairs is in a sideways or doesn't look good in your eyes to enter a trade. So yeah, I personally do not trade futures or indices for now, probably in the future. So for now, I just trade major pairs and minors, and sometimes gold also. Alright guys, I think that is all. I hope you enjoyed the video. And also one thing, if you have question, you can leave your question in the comment below and I will collect it, and maybe I will make videos like this again. Alright guys, I think that is all for today. Always safe trade and have a good weekend. Bye bye.